What's up, y'all? Welcome back to My Supreme Tarot. Hope everybody's doing well, staying prayed up, focus on spiritual hygiene. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so there is a Queen of Cups reverse, Empress reverse that is currently losing their mind. Okay, because they lied to a lot of people, they confused a lot of people. I don't know if this person is like their friends or there's like some specific group or if it's like a workplace or a family, or it could just be their clients. Um, but they basically lied about the Queen of Cups upright, Empress upright, saying that the Empress upright wasn't attractive, that she wasn't like a Queen of Wands, she wasn't elegant, she wasn't a badass, she wasn't a kick ass, she wasn't attractive, she wasn't courageous, whatever. Um, and the goal was to make an emperor, king of cups, like a divine masculine, feel as if they could do whatever they wanted with this soul contract, that they could treat the empress upright however they wanted to, because like how could she possibly be the empress if this, if that. But this person has a very shallow mindset. Okay, and this could be people who are prone to narcissistic tendencies, like they tend to give in to their tendencies, be very superficial and shallow, and very materialistic. So this person was basically playing on this masculine's desire for like a lavish life, and just over exaggerating what it meant to be on this spiritual path. Like, not necessarily over exaggerating, because some people are extremely wealthy and do have these luxurious lifestyles, but it's it's more so they played it up to so that it would appeal to this person to basically abandon or leave behind divine feminine. Um the problem with that is that divine feminine doesn't need, like, she has had her own spiritual awakening, her own um guides leading her down her path. So, and it's not contingent on, see, the miscommunication could have been like, oh, she's gonna need you. No, no, no. Like, if you're on your path and you're good, you don't need anybody. You don't need your counterpart to do their thing. You don't need an external person to have success on your own path. That's crazy, because if you rely on everybody else, if you waiting on everybody else, you may not never meet your destination. God already knows that. Okay, so it's like, to even think that that was a proper way to do something, like, oh, if you pull back you'll get her energy, or if you just kill her then you just take her off the contract and take everything. Like, this is a very fantastical, like, somebody could watch a lot of movies that be getting their imagination going, because that's not how this went at all. Okay, so um now somebody's like really obsessed with what's coming for you and what's ahead for you in your future, because you didn't fuck up your contract. Your contract's intact, you're good, your soul's intact, you're fine. You didn't find some underhanded way to step onto your path. Like, so you're good. You're you're still doing everything correctly. And somebody wants you to choose darkness. They want you to choose toxicity so bad. Like, but it's not like, I don't know if this person just wants you to suffer because they're suffering. This could be this fallen ass masculine or something, I don't know. But it's a lot of like jealousy and arguments, and it's just a lot of drama, because they should have avoided this. They shouldn't have let somebody get in their head and make them think that this was going to be some fantastical adventure, because for them, by being underhanded, because that's not how it turned out. Five of Pentacles, King of Cups. Yeah, they don't have shit. So much for this fantasy, this fantastical portrait that, a karmic feminine manipulated them into believing. They didn't get shit. Five of Pentacles, King of Cups. They don't, they're not that. Okay. And they gotta be at peace with the truth. Okay. Somebody could be thinking real hard about the truth, or what is this? Or they're gonna have to confess something, or they could be telling the truth. Two of Wands in reverse about a bad decision. Okay, poor planning. All right, they're gonna have to just admit that this was a shitty plan. Yeah, so they're gonna have to admit to themselves that this was a crappy plan because they're left with nothing. They have nothing. Five of Pentacles, King of Cups. They have very little. Okay, they don't have their inheritance. Let's put it like that. And it's not because you're not together. That's the thing. It's not about y'all being together. It's about, did you learn the lessons that you needed to learn from each other? Did you do the right thing on your path to get your inheritance, or did you let somebody get in your ear and take you off your path? That's what this is about. And these people could be misconstruing it like, oh, you gotta have your da 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 da. You have no. Your soul and your heart have to be intact. Playing on somebody purposely taints your soul. Doing bad things on purpose taints your soul. And even when you don't mean to do a bad thing, but it ends up hurting someone, you're supposed to apologize and make that right. So I'm not sure how they think that being bad on purpose wouldn't have consequences. That's where someone like me of sound mind and body is not understanding. I'm disconnected from that, because why would you do a bad thing on purpose thinking it was going to get you something good with God? We're talking about your soul. So this is where these people be losing me. But see, this is the ignorance. It was King of Swords in the reverse. This is that narcissism. Thinking that they can't be touched, they won't be affected, their bad decisions don't have consequences because they're a narcissist. Just because you don't feel doesn't mean you won't have to deal with the consequences. It may not hurt your feelings, but it might hurt them pockets. You understand? Okay. So that's what's happening here. So somebody's going to have to admit that this was poor planning. Okay. Five of Swords are going to have to let it go. Okay. Somebody might have a problem speaking the truth, seeing the truth, admitting it to themselves. Okay. What else? Yeah. Because what's this? Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords. They're worried about having to speak out. Ace of Wands lit a fire under their ass to speak out. So somebody could be getting scared, because if they don't, it's like they feel like maybe if they don't hurry up and admit something, they could be under pressure here. Eight of Wands being pushed. Yeah, there's a lot of fire under their ass. Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. This is like lighting a fire. Knight of Swords. They feel like they're going to have to admit it to themselves. They're maybe losing sleep, worrying so much about it. This could be somebody who be all in their head. Okay. This is something about reaching out, seizing the opportunity. So I feel like maybe they feel like God has given them enough time, ample opportunity, enough ample time to confess it to themselves, to just admit it to themselves, to admit it to whoever they got around them, whoever's affected, because there's a lot of people. That's why it made me think of it might have been this person's clients. Like this person could be like a reader or some type of spiritualist that people go to or something like that, and they led a lot of people down the wrong path. Okay, maybe a lot of masculines down the wrong path, and this person is still trying to keep people from balancing out their masculine and feminine energy, becoming the empress and emperor within themselves, and they're trying to keep these people that do have these soul connections apart by leading people astray, playing on people's insecurities. It's just the devil infiltration. It's just the devil doing what the devil does. The devil works through people, same as God. It's the same shit. But they're worried now. That person, that Queen of Cups in reverse, is also worried because they misled a lot of people. So that means a lot of people are pissed off at them. Would somebody feel like you done took them off their spiritual path, like a spiritual matter? Like, think about it. When you are dealing with like a narcissist or a psychopath or spiritual attacks, you got to think about how angry that could make you, how upset that could make you. It might make you act out of character. You might have some serious anger ruin for whoever wronged you. Psychological abuse, things like that can make you, that's why they say like these women, when they're abused and they end up cutting off their husbands, that's why, even if it means they have to go to jail, because it's so abusive that it makes you rage. So think about how this person has affected all these people. They could have lied and got people to do terrible, terrible things. And those people still have to atone because somewhere along the line, they didn't ask the right questions. They didn't look into something themselves. Some of them didn't properly communicate. Some of them were willingly doing magic, dark magic, things like that, death spells, stuff like that. You can't play with somebody's life off the strength of go over there and do that to them. And it's like, okay, they didn't ask no questions. Who are we doing this to? Why are we doing this? What exactly happened? Because if they had did it, they would have realized the truth. They didn't want, these are people that don't want to see the truth. These are people that jump at the opportunity to be a fucked up person to somebody. Okay. And that's something they're going to have to atone for, period. But imagine how angry those people are. People we know are already capable of heinous things, being mad at that person that directed them to do it. So yeah, they're worried. Okay. And not only are they worried about those people are worried about their own souls. Okay. So Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So this person is afraid of oracle energies, people who are very perceptive, who read cards, especially the readers here, giving the story away. Okay. They're very worried. Okay, and this masculine is very worried about you reading, being perceptive, that you know that this person messed up. They're the only one having a problem admitting it to themselves. Two of Cups in the reverse. The Magician, that they overindulged. They're so afraid because they did so much when y'all broke up. Two of Cups in the reverse. This was a poor plan. When y'all broke up, this person did a whole lot of dark manipulation, the Magician and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is overindulgence. This is doing something way too much. This is being self-absorbed and being extremely manipulative, trying to be dark and like tactical about how they was doing something. They know how you perceive them. They're so restless about how you are perceiving them. You could read cards yourself or do some type of divination you hold in your hand, runes or something. You know this person did way too much of this dark manipulation. So this is how you see this person. This is how you see them. That after y'all broke up, all it took was y'all breaking up to reveal that this person hates you. If they loved you, they would not have done this. Period. And the fact that they did something so dark and extreme, it digs them a deeper grave with you. And the fact that they're having so much trouble admitting it, deeper still. Okay? They hate how they're being perceived. What's the strength? A lot of ego here, strength. Somebody tried to overpower the rules. Yeah, and now they're heartbroken. This King of Pentacles energy. This is somebody who wanted to look strong. They wanted to be in control. They wanted power and wealth, maybe. Now they're just sitting somewhere heartbroken. What's the Three of Swords? Because now they've binded themselves to something, an entity. So I was also getting, before I turn the camera on, this King of Wands. It came out Devil, King of Wands, and Hierophant. This is some type of dark cult leader, dark practitioner, someone that has a title in this group, in an organization, within a coven, a society, something like that. Or this is the entity. This is Devil, King of Wands, Hierophant. This could be a demon that you know. Like, I don't know all the demons' names, but like Asmodeus for one. Okay, this is like a titled entity that they made a deal with, or they have somehow binded themselves to by seeking out this path of dark manipulation. this path of dark magic. Someone feels like they have bound themselves to this thing, this entity, or that they are beholden to whatever, if this was a male practitioner that they had helping them, or this is what they went to after the Queen of Cups manipulated them, or it could be they worked as a team to manipulate these people. Take a half fits for your story. But either way, they've bound themselves to this. This could even be their energy, their own energy, their own ego. Yeah, the tower. This is a very destructive entity, whatever this is, or energy about themselves, or about the practitioner, or about the group, or about the entity, whatever it is. They've bound themselves to it, and it's a chaos agent because it was meant for you. They thought, I picked this up before I turned the camera on. They thought that they would cause so much destruction and chaos in your life that it would force you. Like if people started changing up on you and everything felt like it was going wrong and your life was crashing out, you'd have no choice but to come back to them. You'd have no choice but to seek their help. They thought that they would wear you down essentially, and then you'd have to come back. That's not what happened. Again, I'm not sure, because I'm not stupid, how you can let somebody get in your head like that. But again, this is someone who's extremely overindulgent, probably already prone to overindulgence, probably already prone to manipulating to get their way. Somebody that probably was already breadcrumbing you. That's why you left. This is somebody who breadcrumbed their own fucking life. So of course they breadcrumbed you. This is somebody who was listening to another bitch when they had you. And they really thought in their mind, y'all, King of Swords reverse, that narcissistic brain, they really thought, well, if I just tear everything else down, I'll be the only thing standing, and then you'll have to. That isn't even love. She would resent you and resent the fact that she had to be with you and look your ugly, manipulative ass, selfish ass in the face every day. They didn't care. They don't care. I want you back and I want you to submit. That's how they felt. That's as far as their brain can go. It's a power thing. It's an ego thing, and it makes no logical sense whatsoever. But in their mind, they like logic. That's logic. If I take everything else, then I'm the only thing left. Logic. You're an idiot. Everybody who did this is an idiot. I don't care if y'all can start a whole hate train. You can go on my supreme. You're an idiot. You're stupid for thinking that way. So anyway, this is some type of destructive force that they found themselves to. What else, child? Six of Swords, Five of Swords. Child. I don't know if this is like they're never going to be able to smooth something over, or they may feel like they just have to give in to it. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. They're not going to get free and have some new beginning. They've sabotaged their chance at that. Five of Swords. There's some type of ruin here. Their chance of being free of it, having a new beginning. Or they might feel like they have to release it and leave it behind if they want to have this new beginning. But I'm not really sure they know how to do that. What's the Five of Swords? The devil. I mean, they're literally fighting something that is extremely strong. The world, this is some type of repetitive behavior, some type of curse perpetuating itself. They just went down the same addictive cycle, patterns. The world and the devil. This is something repeated, cycles. They're going to have to stop choosing this path, stop choosing logic. That's not really logic. Stop choosing to destroy just because you're not getting your way. And for a lot of y'all, it would have been so simple. First of all, there never should have been another bitch in their ear. That's number A. Number B, if y'all broke up and they wanted you back, they should never have gone to some practitioner or embraced some darkness. What they should have did was get into their heart chakra and figure out what to do, how to atone to you. That's what they should have done. Tried to make something right with you and God. That's what they should have done. But no, there was so much else going on, so many distractions, so many temptations. Seven of Cups, Ten of Wands, pressure in them, pressure, peer pressure. This could even be this person feeling like they had too many options. Well, I could just, go with this Queen of Cups in the reverse, and then I could, with my dumb ass get logic. All right, cool. And then they find themselves on the hamster wheel with this toxic behavior. Again. This is a repeated cycle for this person. Ten of Cups, their whole family could have been, you don't need divine feminine. Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, Page of Cups, keep their distance, breadcrumb. People could have been all in this person's ear. Nah, you don't gotta submit. They want you to say sorry. So fucking what? When you mess up, that's what you do. Hello, adulthood. But in their mind, logic is, well, if I pull away, then I don't gotta say I'm sorry. Even so what? I messed up, but so what? I'm gonna put distance. Logic. Sure. And it's a lot of motherfuckers around them with the same type of thinking. Yeah. Now they all look stupid. Just keep your distance. It'll make them come back. Who? Certainly not divine feminine. She the one with the options. Y'all ever heard, what's that song by Jackie O? Pussy. So I need to go listen to that today, right now, after you click off the video. Because in the video, she tell you, we got power. We're the prize, baby. Don't forget it. See, they forgot. Somebody had a lapse in judgment here. They was listening to everybody else. Oh, okay. All of them miserable, probably miserable and single, child. Because what? Anybody in their right mind is gonna know. I'm sorry, you have a what? You have an empress over there? You got a wife over there? Man, I'll be over there. Nah, we gonna work this out. Ain't no other person in I ain't worried about them. Let me in. I'm gonna try and talk to you. That's logic. The best thing that ever happen to you is in the palm of your hand, and you just let it drop for everybody else. Oh, where's the logic? This is that group thing. So then we're under a lot of pressure. You got options because you the emperor. You in control. You the emperor. Logic. Be in your pride. Be a toxic masculinity. Be misogynistic. Be all those terrible things. Because you got a title. You the emperor. They like, you know what? You're right. I'm a breadcrumb the empress. My queen. The one who sits on the throne beside me. Yeah, I'm going to breadcrumb her. Logic. Okay. The one who I know has a throne. They knew in their heart that you sat on that throne. They knew you was different. They knew that already. They knew it was something different about you and them other women that they dealt with. They knew that. But they still, even though you different, I ain't come across you my whole life. Then I finally met you. I'm still going breadcrumb. Okay. Logic. Show you right. This is even somebody with the five. I saw Five of Pentacles and King of Cups again. This person doesn't listen to their intuition, or they don't have feelings. Somebody doesn't, they're not in their emotions. They lack the emotional depth and wherewithal to understand a good woman when it's staring them in the face. You know, there's so many of them like that out there. Because you was too Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands for their ass. Too demanding. It's too much to ask for respect. It's too much for them to not have a Queen of Cups in their midst and to not have their punk ass family in their business and y'all's business. That's too much to ask. Somebody frustrated because you know the truth, you speak the truth, you're too damn smart. You too, that ain't your homeboy, that ain't really your friend. She don't really want nothing but money. I'm trying to tell you that your sister is always disrespectful and your mother be trying to undercut me. I don't appreciate it. You need to say something more. I'm going to say something. Queen of Swords in this bitch. Understand? You're not going to play with her. Knight of Wands. What you say? Can you speak up? You said, what about me? Oh, all right. Yeah, they didn't like that about you. Because they wanted you to be, oh, your mom intimidates me. And your sister, I don't think she likes me. And you're not that. You're a fucking divine feminine. They will bow before you. And if they love that man, they tell him he needs to do the same. But no, they like, you got options, logic. Okay, no problem. No problem. Seven of Swords. What's this? Page of Pentacles. What's this? Somebody sneaky doing something sneaky. Page of Pentacles. Something in their hand. King of Pentacles. So you were too smart for this person because you could have already been a reader, or maybe you already had proof of something. You could have somebody could feel like you snuck in their phone, or you maybe saw something in someone's phone, or you saw something when you were looking at something physical. You could have found something. This could be anything. Somebody else, panties, a note, something. And you thought deeply about it. So you saw evidence of something. So you could have even like snuck around, saw something on a page, or saw an email or something. They phone lit up and you glanced and you saw the name of somebody who you knew they used to mess with, or something like that, y'all. It's something that you saw. They didn't know you saw, perhaps with the Seven of Swords, like you was being strategic, okay? And then you thought deeply, you thought deeper about it, and the truth came to you. Like I said, some of y'all are readers. That could be that as well, but it's something physical, some evidence you found. This could even be a bank statement. Like, why are you paying money to such and such? Where is this money going to such and such? Like, where's this receipt? Yeah, what's that song? What she said, so if three of you, when six of y'all went out, then four of you were really cheap because only two of you had dinner. I found your credit card receipt, something like that. And you thought deeper, like, if Johnny had three apples, okay? So it's something here. When you thought about it, you're like, light bulb moment. Because you're smart, Queen of Swords. You know what it is that you're looking at. This could even be you determined to find something, and then it came to you or something like that. And you was like, bitch, I'm out. Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. You got me I'm out. Because I could do bad all by myself. And I could be good all by myself. Amen. Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to start fresh by my goddamn self. Yeah. You was like, you got me fucked up. It's time. I'm done here. I love y'all. I love my divine feminine. Divine masculine too, but baby, we talking about them right now. So, four wands. You could have moved, changed residence, the wheel, and the four wands. Yeah. So you moved. Ten of swords. You could have been at your wits' end now, something. Because people was working together behind your back or something. Somebody was working together that you was hitting rock bottom. People could have been working together. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Or you were done. You were hitting rock bottom, trying to maybe even compromise with this person or compromise with somebody. Y'all could have lived together, or maybe just somewhere where you lived at, or whatever. It was something here. You was done compromising. You was getting the short end of the stick so much that you was hitting rock bottom. You was at your wits' end here. The Ten of Swords. That's a lot of betrayal. They betrayed you. Betrayed your confident. Your what's it called? Your whatever this is, an oath. Even they're supposed to work something out with you. Nah, they betrayed it. And Two of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It was just slowing you down with death. If you would have kept going, something would have like really took you out. This could even be stress taking you out, dealing with this person, and you like come back, reconcile. I'm done. I'm not, because I'm about to be at my wits fucking end dealing with you. So no. How about I just start over somewhere else? How about that? And that's what you did. Lovers. What's the lovers? A major choice. A major decision could have had to do with love. Yeah, Nine of Wands. The Sun. There was a struggle. Something with struggle love. Yeah. Seven of Wands, the Emperor. So something was a struggle. So this person could have been very defensive about their behavior. This could have been an abusive relationship with the Nine of Wands and the Lovers. This is abusive. This person was abusive to you. The Lovers with the Nine of Wands. This is an abusive relationship, and it was majorly. Like maybe this is the first time you dealt with some type of abuse, or maybe it's not the first time, but something about this caliber, this relationship here was very abusive, and this Emperor energy was very, very defensive about you bringing that to the light. The Sun and the Seven, very, very, very defensive with not understanding that they're abusive. You could have brought it to light, like, hey, you're being abusive because you refusing to compromise, or me dealing with you is making me hit rock bottom. You're slowing me down. And they didn't want to admit it's because they're abusive. It's something they don't want to see about themselves. This could be a mother wound, father wound. Yeah, they were defensive, very defensive about it. Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, that how greedy they were as well. Somebody was all about the finances. This person could have been extremely materialistic. That was their focus. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Magician. So somebody could have been lacking money, or you could have been needing help financially, and this person used that to manipulate you. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Wands, a Magician. They see if they so their abuse tactic, like I said, is they I always say this, they need you to need them. So if they have more money than you, guess what they're going to use to abuse you? If they have a house and you don't, guess what they're going to use to abuse you? If they got a car and you don't, guess what they're going to use to abuse you? Whatever you lack and they have more of, they're going to use that as a way to manipulate to get what they want. So they were maybe you brought this to their attention, like, just because you got more money than me, or just because blah blah, you can't just treat me like anything. And they like, who can? I'm Emperor. Oh, okay, bitch. Logic. Right? So they gonna manipulate. Five of Swords. This is what they do. This is how they overpower the situation. This is how they gain some type of advantage. The Hangman, maybe by keeping you waiting. King of Swords, Three of Wands, the World. So this could even be a person that didn't want you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The King of Swords with the Three of Wands in the World. Something was closing out. Something was about to close out. They could have made you try to make you wait to close something out, trying to hold you back, like, well, you ain't gonna have no money if you leave, or something like that, like a brighter future, something like that. Somebody also probably already knew that if you did see a brighter side or a way out or something like that, you would take it. So they had to do whatever they had to do to keep you. Again, this person is abusive. This, they don't even understand that that's what they're doing. And even if they do, they don't care. They're like, so what? I had to do what I had to do to keep you. Bitch, that's not doing what you have to do at all. That's being manipulative, actually. But logic. So, I'm cracking up. I saw the Three of Pentacles, Emperor, Empress, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Empress. So they went to this entity to try to work out something to get their desires. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Empress. Maybe they wanted someone else to be the Empress. So someone could have got in their ear right when y'all was going through this, like, no, the Queen of Pentacles is there. Or maybe they wanted you, like, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles, they could have wanted someone who was more like who they felt. I'm not trying to say that you're not, but in their mind, in their logic, you was not the Queen of Pentacles yet. But they couldn't see that far. They couldn't see that with that Three of Wands, King of Swords, the world. You could have been about to walk through that doorway, and maybe they didn't see that for you, and someone else could have been in their ear. This King of Wands energy, like, no, you need to be with somebody who already established, Queen of Pentacles, somebody who already got up their own business, or blah 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 blah. They just starting up, or maybe they didn't see you starting up. Who knows what you was working on? Who cares? Because you're there now. It doesn't even matter at this point. But they couldn't see it. That's what matters. And so they thought, I'm gonna go be with ABC over here, or I'm gonna try to just abandon this with you because you're not doing shit no way. Okay, cool. Cool. Fantasy and Empress. So Knight of Cups, Empress. Somebody was painting them a different picture about what an Empress is supposed to look like. They like, oh no, she's supposed to be with a 75-inch weave and long ass nails and just counting money. And yeah, somebody made a fantasy. Or them being in this King of Wands energy made them fantasize about what an Empress looks like. They not worried about the modest librarian pushing the glasses up on her nose as she reads the ancient texts of Egypt, sitting in the library drinking her coffee, or at the coffee shop dressed up nice, nice cardigan, jeans on. Nah, they looking for the hoe down the street with her titties out and a fat ass and her body done and her lips all puffed up and all of that shit. Yeah, no. They fantasize. See, this is a fantasy. The perfect woman, that's not a thing. The perfect man, nobody's perfect. But they get this in their head, like, I feel like especially people who were like are superficial and materialistic and stuff, because they have an image in their head, like, oh, I want to be like Meech, I want to be like the drug dealers, I want to be like them with the fancy hoes as my wife. How many times has that worked out? Because a woman that's really about her business, most of the time, she don't really look like what she is. When she step in a room, you can't really tell what she do for a living. But when she start commanding niggas and telling people what to do, And then she out is clear that she runs shit here. Hello? And she don't gotta wear no low cut nothing because she ain't got nothing to prove to y'all. She's already the boss. She don't gotta impress y'all to stay in line. You don't stay in line and do what I say. This is my company. I'll fire you. Period. That's Empress moves. See, somebody got it messed up here. So they had some fantasy of what they could create this happily ever after, what it was supposed to be. Somebody had it all played out in their mind already. What you look like, what you was gonna sound like, how you was gonna behave, how you was gonna bow to they every move. They beckon you with a pinky. Here you come running. Oh, my emperor. Fantasyland. Legend. They can't stand a woman who can command just like they can. No, a real queen back in the day, child, please. They made moves. They thought you was just supposed to sit there and look pretty. Somebody watched too many movies, too much television. Somebody living by old beliefs back in the day when women didn't have rights and didn't have a say so. Oh, okay. I suggest you start living in the now because that's not what we doing. Just so everybody's clear, we don't live in those times anymore. It's time to get out of that mindset, babe. The truth is, they just wanted to compete for the title, for the control. Oh, okay. That's what the truth is, spirit. They didn't like your title. They like, it's a competition. I'm king. You gonna submit, bitch. The king may rule the castle, but the queen rules the king. Period. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. Except for this person or these people. Whatever. The truth is, they just wanted to compete. They had a problem with you being in this authority position. They had a problem with following the rules of how something went, of being fair, being even, respecting your title, even though they don't respect you. You respect their title, but they don't respect yours. They like, no, we not even. Yes, we are actually. And they like, no, because I'm the man, and because that's my fantasy logic. Because maybe somebody felt like you was more popular than them or something. This childish. Somebody feel like you are the bigger manifester. Something like that. Somebody want clout. They wanted clout. They wanted clout. Or yeah, maybe they felt like they wanted somebody else who no, this doesn't even feel like that. This feels like they had a problem with your position because maybe you got more attention than them, the star. It's something about your passion, your zest for life, or something about you with this Knight of Wands energy and the Ace of Wands, your power to command, take action, whatever this is. They were envious of that. They were jealous of that. They were competing for that because you got more attention than them. You were more in the spotlight because of your passion, because of your something about you with this Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. It's like a something essential, something that's you. And it got more attention in them. They felt like they were in the background. But a good partner, they let that be. And they do what they got to do for you. Cuz if she eat, you eat. If she shine, you shine. Guess who's going to be in them pictures with her? Guess who's going to be by her side and never leave and have all her loyalty and be the one who sees her in her softest moments. Yeah, that wasn't good enough for this person. Mm-mm. They like, no, because I'm the man and I want to be the one. I want to be princess. Magic. All right. That's what's wrong with these softies of today. I ain't going to say it's all men, but it's a good majority of y'all now. Eight of Swords in the reverse, the Temperance. How you broke free, was able to heal something they couldn't trap an angel. No. You refuse to be stuck, bound, trapped by the ass. Your energy's too big for that. Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, the star, the magician. Mm-mm. Whatever they tried to entrap you, you can clear that shit away. No. So it became obvious or something here that they couldn't keep you, trap you under the light. Oh. Trap you under the jaw. Okay. Mm-hmm. Two of swords in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles. So you weren't stuck in some type of crossroads energy, on the fence, whatever this is, indecision. You weren't undecided. Knight of Pentacles. In fact, you're very sure of yourself. So it's like when you make a decision, you stick to it. You have what's it called? The courage of your convictions. You have that. So when you say what you say, it goes. And once you make a decision, that's it. So they couldn't keep you bound. You don't want to be trapped, tied down. The alchemy of you doesn't vibe, doesn't jig with that. And it's like you're not even unsure. You're like, what? A trap? No, thank you. Bound to who? No, thank you. I'm big all by myself. This my empire. This my God. And somebody thought you was gonna be one of them because I need the emperor. I need him. No. You're dealing with the divine feminine. I say it again. Somebody used to them weak ones. Ah, you not weak. You too strong for that. What else, Spirit? Because I'm cracking up. My ancestors, they're cracking me up. King of Swords. What's that? King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Three of Cups. Yeah, somebody got a lot of third parties. King of Swords, you could have known that about this person, or somebody felt like they were smart because something about the third party, Three of Cups, or their friends, or somebody could be like, or maybe this is something their friends see, or you could have a clear view of someone, or this caused people to have a clearer view of the situation. The wheel, how something changed somebody, this changed someone. Yeah, the wheel and the Five of Cups. They didn't like this change. So it's like, okay, so when you had some type of maybe like a spiritual awakening or upgrade or something good happened and you stepped into your power, even more into your power, maybe got yourself out of this trap they manipulated over you, it became clearer. King of Swords, people could finally get a full view of what was happening and maybe how something changed this person. Like something could have made this person snap, or it's something about you changing or something, or how you change this person or something like that. Maybe you stepping into your power made this person change their mind and they was sad. Maybe they had already made their decision, or they regretted manipulating you in the first place because they saw that something just made you stronger and they never should have tried it, because you've always been this Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. That doesn't happen overnight. Like, it's in you already. Sometimes it has to be sparked, Ace of Wands, but it's already there. It already lives there inside you. Maybe it made this person realize they was gonna be sad. They're fated to be to regret this. Yeah, Two of Cups, Page of Wands, because then they wanted some type of new beginning. They wanted to start over. Oh, okay. What time we at, y'all? 48. They wanted to start over. Four of Swords, Two of Wands. They was thinking about something, thinking about a decision, thinking real hard. Or maybe they chose to take a break, lay something to rest. Or they chose to lay the relationship to rest. Yeah, Tower. Or maybe you chose peace. Do something falling all apart. This could be y'all's relationship or something. You were okay with it falling apart. Could have been that. What's the Seven of Cups? Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups. Yeah, okay. This could be some type of dream, telepathic dream, something, Knight of Swords. Or you went after other opportunities or other choices, Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, or they did. So you was okay. You was okay with, you had made peace with something ending. You had chose peace through this destruction. You like, okay, you chose to let it fall apart. Something like that. because you felt like you had other options. So, okay, so this upgrade could have made you feel like, or this changing event in your life, or something happening that made you realize your power again. It made you realize you had better options. You could go for your opportunities or focus on something else. It could have to do with love with this cup energy. Something about your dreams, your imagination, something like that. Three of Pentacles. This could be business ideas, contracts. Yeah. What's the Knight of Swords with the Seven of Cups? Let's see what you went after. Queen of Pentacles. What I said, like business ideas, business contracts, Empress. Because that's really who you are. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You are the Empress. And no, you're not going to bow. You're not going to submit to their little fantasy of who you should be. You are who you are. And you are the Queen of Pentacles, Empress. So you chose to stand maybe in your worry about your finances a little more, what you want to do for business, career opportunities, things like that. Yeah, that's what you chose to focus on. Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords. Because you could have really thought about who was betraying you, backstabbing you, things like that, even in business, things that were keeping you from being in this energy. And then you freed yourself. Nine of Pentacles. You was like, what contracts? I'm about to burn them. I'm ending them. Any type of karmic ties, bad business, bad jobs, bad home. I'm leaving. You really could have did that. Sometimes a clean sweep, clean break is exactly what you need. And that could have been exactly what happened here. Maybe that's what gave you the courage. Or you just found some new spark that made you do that. You like, fuck all of y'all. Woke up in the business. Fuck everybody. Everybody fired. Get out. Gone. Bye. I'll start fresh. Goodbye. Because you messing with my money. And you keeping me from being the Queen of Pentacles Empress. Everybody gotta go. Get out. That's what it's giving Nine of Pentacles, because I can start over somewhere else. Okay? Come through, Spirit. What else? Let's wrap this up. Page of Cups. What's that? People who was breadcrumbing you, maybe Page of Cups. What's this? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, they wasn't really contributing. They gotta go. Page of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. You're not really doing a lot. You're not doing enough. Or I'm getting the short end of the stick. I'm not getting enough abundance off these contracts. Karmic contracts. Three of Pentacles with the Devil. That's karmic contracts. Yeah. And it could have to do with business and money, or things that were just tied to your finances in some way. So again, with the I'm gonna start over. Page of Wands, there you go right there. Three of Cups. I'm gonna get all brand new people, some new highs in this bitch. I'm Empress. Yep, there you go. It came out. Page of Wands. You was like, man, let me clear everybody out, because everybody got their fingers in my pot and I'm not getting nothing. So everybody move. Everybody go. Period. So you could have left, planted some type of new seed. This could be energetic as well. Something that could have been hiding, messing up your gifts as well, or your blessings. What's this? Something happened real fast. What's the Eight of Wands with the Ace of a new opportunity? You went toward a new opportunity, raced toward a new opportunity, or something happened real fast, or you could have seen an increase in your finances here. Soon as you cut them ties, it'd be like that. Or cut ties with this motherfucker, and that made somebody afraid. They got worried. When your finances increased, that meant you really was gone. Eight of Cups. Because you won. That means you won. So now you're in some type of authority position. Now you're the ruler. So this could have even put you in balance with your masculine energy, the money making energy. Something like that here with the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Something about a ruler. And somebody got worried because that means you won. Your finances increased. So back to the beginning. If this person was using money Materialism to control you and abuse you. You leaving and cutting everybody off that was feeding off your energy, is slowing you down. When you cut them off and your finances increase, that means you got the answer. That's how somebody was abusing you. That's how people were abusing you. And then you letting them go, that leaves room for you, and bringing in new people. That means you can rebuild. And now you're in charge. You say what goes. You're the leader. This is your structure and discipline. You built it how you wanted to, and it worked out because you saw an increase in finances. And somebody knew it was over. They knew you'd never come back because now they don't have that thing that they was using to control you. None of them. Or this one person. Now you say. They like, damn it, I thought this day would never come. Logic. Love y'all. Bye.